Welcome to Your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic, how to make more money in less time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is Setema, Gali, the founder and creator of the Prosperity Revolution, a global movement that helps you to get out of scarcity and into prosperity every single day. A movement where people have value, things do not, where money is a result of helping people, where you're rewarded for creating value for others, and where prosperity is not the result of luck, but a predictable steps and formulas, and where happiness is the ultimate goal.
Oh, the topic of money. Money. You know, this conversation of money is interesting because I get around people who, well, first of all, thanks for listening to the podcast. Grateful that you're here. So let's jump right in. You know, money was this funny topic for me growing up. I grew up with amazing parents, right? They gave me out. They worked hard. They came from the islands of Samoa. We rented every home until I was in high school. Like the first time we finally bought a home, rented. We never had brand new cars until I was in high school. My dad finally got a brand new car for him and our family, and I never had brand clothes. Like I never had Nikes or Reeboks or, you know, back then it was like Birkenstocks and, you know, it's like 50 years ago. And the jeans, like I never had these things. So money was this kind of this mystical, magical thing for me. And now that I'm in business and coach people in their businesses and in their lives, and I help executives and CEOs, right? This is what I do for a living. And people will say, Setema, how'd you do this? How'd you get there? How did you get your life to shift where you moved out of Utah County to Orange County? You live near the beach. You live in this amazing neighborhood. You got this lifestyle and like, you looks like you do well. I'm like, yeah, we've been blessed. We've been fortunate and we've worked our butts off. And the conversation about money will always come up. And so let's just talk about money for a moment here and let's have a really frank conversation. Okay. What is money, first of all? What is money? Money is, there's no value to money. Like it doesn't have any intrinsic value. It's a piece of paper or a number on a computer that represents value that has been created and then value to be exchanged. Let's say this another way. Like if I'm in a desert, the only value that money has for me is if there's something that I can buy, like if there's some value that's been created, like a bottle of water or, you know, a bus ticket or something, right? There's no value. So money really is this thing. Think about money like this thing to use for exchange. That's it. Like I'm shooting my podcast on a cell phone. It's an iPhone. I paid X amount of dollars for the iPhone. I don't know. Let's take a guess. I don't even know. It's maybe $1,000. I exchanged this thing called $1,000 for the iPhone. And in return for my $1,000, Apple gives me the iPhone or AT&T gives me the iPhone. I exchanged the dollars that I have in my bank account to AT&T for service to be able to talk and text and have service. Just like I'm sitting in a Tundra. I drive a Tundra. That's my truck. It's my daily driver. I gave X amount of dollars to Toyota in exchange for a vehicle. And I give, you know, $3.50 per gallon to the gas company or the gas station in exchange for a gallon of gas. And so on and so on. See, once you understand that money is this means of exchange, then you ask the question, well, do I want more money? And a lot of people have this funny belief around money. I see as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as messengers, as beacons of light and leaders of leaders. We know that money is as important as air and water, at least in the world we live in. And if I want to have more money, which I do, then I've got to figure out a way to get other people to want to give me money, because every dollar of income that I receive is going to come from someone else's bank account. Unless you're the government, of course, and you print that, but that's another conversation. You see, I'll say this again. The money that you receive from your clients or your customers or your employer, right? That's coming from someone else's bank account. And the reason that people want to give you money is because you have something more valuable to them than the money they're going to give you. This is a principle called exchange creates wealth. Now, if I want to make money, I've got to learn how to create this thing called value. And, people think, well, what do you mean create value? The iPhone is valuable, as is a truck, as is a pair of sunglasses that are sitting on my dash, as are the Nikes that I'm wearing, the Metcons, and the socks that I have. I value these things. So I give my money in exchange. Like somebody created this value. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, and even if you're just, let's say you've got a job or you're a part of a team or an organization, which is great. You see, that company values your hour, if you're hourly, more than you do. How do we know that? Because you exchange your hour for that $15 or $20 an hour or whatever it is, $50 an hour. Right? That's what it is. There's this exchange taking place every waking moment and every moment of every day, 24 hours a day. If you have Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus, you give your money to them because they give you value in exchange. So let's talk about value creation. Well, okay, great, Tim, I get it. And, if you have a scarcity mindset, then to you, money is the end game, the end all be all. And if you're in the abundance prosperity mindset, you know that that's not true. The money is just a tool to help people. Money is just the tool by which we make a difference, because if I want to really create value for someone, I go create value for them, something that they value more than money, and they give me their money. And the more money that I make, it's evidence or proof that I'm creating more value for people. And the more value that I create for people, the more money I make. And with that money becomes just a tool and a resource to help people more in the marketplace. Money's not the end all. Human happiness is, and money's just a tool to help us to get there. So let's talk about money. Listen, there are principles that govern money. Principles meaning truths. And there are principles that govern prosperity and abundance. So, right, one of the principles of money is that dollars follow value. This is principle number 9 of the 13 principles. If you want more money, create more value. Well, how do we create value? Let's talk about this. There is a mindset around money, and then there's a skill set around money, and then there are specific tools and tool sets around money, depending on the job and the business that you run. So let's talk about the mindset of money. Once we understand that money, this thing called this green paper, this dollar bill, computer numbers on a computer, it's the tool of exchange. So in a world where there's capitalism in the United States, I've just got to develop the mindset of how do I serve more people? How do I solve people's problems? Because people will pay their hard-earned dollars, right? They pay money to have their problems solved. They pay money to have awesome experiences. They pay money to move ahead and increase their status or decrease their status, right? They pay money to become comfortable. That's what money does for people. And so once you understand that, then if your brain is turned on and you're thinking in the principles of money and wealth, you think, okay, well, how do I go create something that can solve a problem for someone, give someone an amazing experience, teach them something, help them accomplish their goals and dreams, increase their status? Let's talk about solving problems. See, everything you have today in your world, there's a problem that you have, and you pay a lot of money to solve the problems or to get the thing you want. Let's go back to television. People buy TVs, right? Flat screens. Does it solve a problem? Well, there's a problem like how I don't want to watch TV on my cell phone. And maybe it's, hey, I want to watch football and whatever shows and series that you watch. So you're getting something and you gladly pay $500, $1,000, whatever you pay for your TV. So you see this creation process. Well, if you look at business, You've got to be able to create something that people value more than money, that solves problems, that reduces pain, that increases comfort and pleasure, and gives people experiences. My team who does this, they're obviously listening, they're putting my podcast together, right? I pay him. And by the way, if you got a podcast and you want to launch a podcast, you got to use my guy. Just reach out to me, send an email to info@setemangali.com, and I'll connect you with him. His name is Evan. He's amazing. He's a great, great part of our team. Thank you, Evan, for the work you do in the team. I shoot a podcast. I shoot them this audio from my cell phone, and they put it up on Libsyn and Stitcher and iTunes and YouTube and SoundCloud and Spotify. They put it everywhere. He does all the work, but I pay him to do that. And in exchange for the money I pay him, he creates value for me. He's developed a skill set. So there's this mindset around money. And then there's a skill set, and there's a lot of skills, right? There's technical skills. There's analytical skills. There's marketing skills and sales skills. So you got to develop, and the question is, are you developing those skills? The reason why I love talking about money, especially on a podcast, is there's a lot of people out there who struggle with money concerns. Like, does God want me to be wealthy? I can tell you right now, what do you think? Do you really think the God of gods wants you to be poor, broken, and miserable? No, it's hard to do his work when you're in that state. And I used to have these same challenges growing up. Oh my gosh, is it good to be wealthy? It seems like wealthy people aren't that spiritual. And then I moved down to Southern California, South Orange County, and like everyone's super wealthy and everyone's pretty super spiritual and everyone's super kind. And I'm like, oh, I guess that smashes my belief system. And see, the truth is, Setema really enjoys making a difference for people. I love it. I love creating value. I love touching someone's heart. I love helping someone see things. Like, it fulfills me. It gives me energy, and it adds to mankind, adds to humanity. And so I have overcome all of the stories that I grew up with around money. And I get that, look, it's up to you. You want to have money and wealth? Go create value for other people. If you have guilt or shame around it, challenge it and question it. Because I can tell you right now, if you want more money in your life, then you get to choose to go get it. And if you got to get it, then you develop your mindset. So you read these amazing books out there. There's a book by T. Harv Eker called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. It was such a great book. There's tons of books on money, but that book was like just an easy no-brainer one. Like, wow, change the thermostat, change the beliefs, change your money blueprint. Okay, great. And then it's like, then you got to develop the skill sets. And one of the greatest skill sets that I have is the ability to market and the ability to sell, the ability to teach leaders and to help my business owners and entrepreneurs and our people, and even our non-entrepreneurs, people who just want to share a message, people who feel called to do something great, to write a book. Like, there are skill sets around marketing, around selling, around being able to communicate effectively, how to bring people in, how to generate leads who are interested, how to close those leads, and how to build sequences. And then move someone from cold traffic to warm traffic to here's my money, Setema, give me what you got. So, if you want to make more money and work less, increase the mindsets and skill sets that govern money. Now, could you go and be a trader? Like a trader meaning like stocks, bonds, futures, options. My wife trades. I don't. And every time I've tried to go learn, my heart says, Setema, you would do just fine trading, but you would be miserable. And I get it. I used to do mortgages. So I had this mortgage real estate empire, and I was so miserable. I was like, this is not my purpose. Like, I want purpose in my job. I want purpose in how I make my money. That matters to Setema. So I continue to stay in my lane and my, as a thought leader, as an influencer, as a public speaker, as a teacher, and not your average, ordinary speaker. Like, I bring fire from the heavens. I've developed skill sets. So go take a look at your life right now. Just ask yourself, am I living according to the principles of wealth? Do I understand the principles of money? Do I understand how to make money? Am I developing my skill sets every day? If you're in a job right now and you hate the job, okay, my invitation to you is, well, have you qualified yourself and have you developed yourself to be able to demand more in pay or to move on from the job and be able to make more money? If you work a job, nothing wrong with jobs too, by the way. I hope you feel that. Like, there was many jobs that got me here to where I'm at in my life today. And I'm so grateful, from the grounds crew at BYU to the, basically 100% commission jobs I had on the phones, to the door-to-door. Even in the NFL, NFL was a job, and I'd bring value to New England. And then they paid me in the NFL, it's every week, but New England does it every 2 weeks, right? If you're in a job you don't like that, then go develop your skills. Go level up, grow, learn, read your books, study, practice. People pay tens of thousands of dollars to go to formal education. One of the greatest things I say is go self-educate. Mentors, courses. Like, there's so many ways out there. There's so many courses online. It's ridiculous how much you can learn by paying $50 here, $100 here, $1,000 here, $5,000 there. Right. And if you want to go make $1 million, it's highly unlikely that you're going to go spend $37 on a course, and that $37 course is going to help you to make $1 million in the next 2 months. Probably not likely. It could get you started. So, invitation for you: develop your mindsets and skill sets, gather the tool sets. One of the greatest ways to do that is to hire the mentors and coaches that can help you accelerate that. And if that's you and you want my help, I have 2 things for you. Number 1, check out the championshuddle.com, or shoot a text message to Sean if you want to partake of what we call immersion, Titan immersion, or Shield Maiden immersion. And that number is 314-753-6555, 314-753-6555. Champion Huddle is my monthly coaching. It's a virtual, it's incredible. And immersion. Like, if I'm trying to accelerate this thing 10x. I'm trying to get my power back. You shoot the message to Sean Vince, say, hey, I want to talk about immersion, 314-753-6555. Now, final thing on money. I've been there. I know what it's like to have a lot of money. I know what it's like to have zero money. I was on the bottom, bankrupt and broken and miserable, and just like, what is going on? God, where are you? And I used to pray to God, and I used to fast every Sunday for like a year. Like, God, where are you? Please help me, please. Like, I was hoping that God would deliver a suitcase of money to my doorstep, like magically and mystically, and just, it would, like, because of my righteous works, he would bless me with money. Ha ha ha. What an idiot I was. Not saying that God couldn't, but all of that fasting and prayer, God was like, great, you really want it? I'm like, yes, please save me. Please give me the money I need to get my wealth back. And he's like, all right, I'm going to introduce you to this guy. His name is, Siba, and you're going to go knock doors for a summer. And the answer was work. And the answer was hard work. And it was freaking hard. And I made a lot of money. And I remember talking with this mentor, and he told me, hey, he's like, look, if you got beliefs around money, let me just teach you this. If you want more, go get it. That's it. He's like, God doesn't limit us. I don't know how I came up with that. And so I've been on this journey. Look, I'll share with you some of my goals. I want to own my own jet in the next 3 years. I want to buy a cabin up in Sundance, looking for a second home in Utah. Like, there's things I have no problem sharing this, because this is what I write down every single day. I want wealth for my kids. There's a dollar amount I want to put in my bank account. There's monthly income, recurring revenue that I'm creating. I love what money can do for people, because it really opens up life. It changes how you solve problems. It allows you to travel in style and solve problems in style. And it's just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean your problems go away. It definitely means that you can solve them with a different set of tools and different options and possibilities. And again, I want to meet the person in the future and have him say, damn, Setema, like, the greatest version of myself was like, you did it. You hit the highest level for your life. You exceeded what was possible for you. And I'm like, that's why I strive. Not about having millions in my bank account. It's about, what can I really do with my life if I go all in on it? Who could I really change? Who could I really help and transform? Who could I make the biggest difference for with my work, with our books, with our programs, with our courses, and everything that we do? So that's why I'm so hungry to make more money. It's like, my lifestyle's not going to change. In fact, they've even scientifically shown, once the hygiene factors are clean, I think it's like 80 to 90 grand, somewhere in there, more money does not equate to more happiness. Not at all. But for Setema, it just means there's more people I can impact and change, and I want to see what Setema could really do. I really want to see, can I go make the biggest difference in the world for other people? So, my friends, I appreciate you listening to the podcast, talking about money. Go make money. Go say, and like, well, there's a whole other conversation around managing and saving and then investing money, right? First, before you do all that, you got to go learn how to make it. Once you learn how to make it, then we start to figure out how to manage it and protect it and invest it, right? You make money, you save to invest it, you protect it, and you grow it. Like, it's such an amazing thing. So God bless you, my friends. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. And until next time, have an amazing day.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Live in prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Your daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.